B9, B10, B24. Oh yeah.
Yo, welcome back to Tracksuit Pundits. It's episode 10, but first and foremost, shout out to Kitplug, our sponsors. Get at them on Instagram. Number one sources for your t-shirts. Football t-shirts anyway, you get me? And I'm not going to lie to you, it's a tough one for me today, but I just want to welcome back the special guests into the building today. You want to introduce yourself, bro?
Terry, my guy, Spurs, Coys, you know how it is.
The only Spurs fan in Birmingham City. You get me? It's a tough one today. Obviously, you know what it is. Arsenal fan, Spurs fan. We got to chat about what went down today. It's not really... It's tough for me, obviously, to speak on it. You get me? But...
Holyfield Holyfield Tyson. That's what it is.
It's tough, man. It's. I don't want to be here right now. I don't want to be here right now, but I got to be here right now. But yeah, man, it's take it away, man. Obviously, it's a good day for you, really, and all 3 points. You get me?
Just Jose, isn't it? Just Jose, another win. I can't argue a London derby beating Arsenal in any circumstances. You know, is a good result. So I take it, but I feel the game went. It was like Man City was a huff and puff, but they never really looked like.
Really going to blow the house down, basically.
They never did. And like I said in the league, like I said last week, when you have Son and Kane, for me, the two best attackers in the league right now.
Yeah.
If you throw Mane in there, but the two best, if you pick 3 attackers, you're having Kane and Son in the league right now. It's a problem.
Could have the argument for Salah, obviously.
Obviously, but I believe right now, you're having them two over. Yeah, you're having them two over anybody. Them two are the first on the team.
Kane and Son are on different smoke right now. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to compliment them too much, but you can't deny what you're seeing. And obviously, Kane and Son and Kane, Sonaldo. Sonaldo, that goal. Tell me about that goal, bro.
See what it is now. I'm a defender. So what Holding's done? It's gone out to Sonia.
Suicide.
Kane, in a way, this is what I mean. He's dropped up his foot, right? He's 35 yards out here,
Yeah.
I'm not going to dive in. You don't want to slot it down the side to Reguilon, who's doing the overlap. And you don't really want him to go back inside to Kane in there. So he's like, I'm just going to hold up and see what Son does. Mohamed just opened his body and put it top corner.
Too much space. Way too much space.
Yes, but in that scenario, because it was on the counter, what you're going to tell him is don't dive in. Like, don't dive in.
I would have just took that. I swear to God, I would have just took a foul.
But what happens is, because Son's travelling at speed and we know my man's rapid. So what happens, if you look at Holding, if he steps up, Son can just go on the outside. He's just going to go on the outside. So Rob Holding just steadying. He comes inside. As he takes a touch inside, Rob Holding's ready to step up. Puts it top corner. And this is what I said about Arsenal fans. Before all of that, there was nothing in the game. It was like Company against Leicester. I remember when Company scored that screamer and won in the league. There's not much you can do about that. People are going to talk about, Robbo. You pull it top corner and it's Son. There's not much you're going to do about that. Harry Kane, when he touched the balls, he was in the opposite side of the centre circle. It's gone round. Look, Son's travelled so far.
You see, for me, it's like, all right, Son's strike was beautiful. Son's strike was raw, beautiful. Like, as a football fan, you just got to be like, you know what? It is what it is. But it's the build up to Son's goal that's the problem. Why are we dropping off so much? Why are we not trying to press? Why are we not trying to be aggressive? It's like it's mad, obviously, because obviously I watched us against Rapid Vienna and we looked like a completely different team. I know the opposition was obviously completely different, less of a quality of a team, but we looked like we wanted to play.
Fear today?
I don't even know. Like, nah, because I feel like
I think that's the difference, big man.
I feel like we played into Jose's hands. That's what we did. That's what we did. Jose basically said, do your passing side to side, back to back. You're not gonna get a chance. And when I look at the possession stats, like you would look at, like if you looked at it like at the end of the game, you think, was it a smash and grab for Tottenham? But Tottenham were never not in control of that game.
I'm glad you said it, because
Tottenham were never not in control of that game because we couldn't do anything. Our number one striker, 30 goal a season striker, obviously I go on about this all the time. You know, he's non-existent right now. We're in December, you know. But my brother, it's Christmas season, you know. Aubameyang's got 1 goal.
He scored 78 goals for Arsenal.
I don't even know anymore at this point.
He scored 70 goals for Arsenal. Man. And do you know when he scored with his head? 3. And it was crossing the ball in.
And this is my point.
Like, I'm saying that's not...
If you wanted to play this football, you shouldn't have sold Olivier Giroud.
You wasn't in pockets and stuff, you know what I mean? You never picked up pockets. You never got in behind. You never stretched. The only time they stretched him, Alderweireld, was once Lacazette gets the ball, turns, bangs it straight into... Aubameyang one-on-one and great defending, but that happened once for Uber.
And you know what? I'm gonna say one thing right now, straight up. Lacazette, for me, he done way better than Aubameyang and Willian and all these, man. But he gets the most stick out of everyone.
I feel, and this is where I'm criticising the manager now, like out of his depth. And I said, I'm not going to disrespect and call him my clipboard manager, but he was for Pep. He's been down at Pep. Pep's a guy who's going to do it. All you do at Pep is learn if that's your style of football. Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't. You have a number two. But in that situation, when I look at Uber is a goal scoring machine. Now let's clear it. This is a great point. They gave Jose Mourinho this stick saying, "Can Harry Kane score goals on the Jose?
No.
Can Heung-min Son?"
You're now embarrassed.
We're not even going to go on to can he score goals under Jose, because Jose's took him to a whole nother. This is Drogba. This is a whole new category of Harry Kane now.
Yeah, this is like a different level. I've never seen
playable level. I've never seen Kane that's like what Jose's done. Flair, possession, Pep Guardiola's protege. What attacking football? What's he done for Uber? Yeah, he scored goals last season, but Uber struggled under him. You know what, bro? I think watching Uber, it looks like a different kind of guy on the
I'm glad you brought that point up, because
he's told to go out wide.
I said this last time. I said last season, Aubameyang scored 22 goals. Yeah. And I said the system never actually benefited Aubameyang, because if you look at the chances that, the big chances that he missed compared to all the other attackers in the league, the Vardys, the Salahs, Salah missed loads, Mane missed loads.
Harry Kane does, he thinks has the most shots, doesn't he, Harry Kane?
Loads of these top scorers are missing loads of big chances. But Aubameyang missed the second least most chances, which proves to me that, this system don't benefit our attackers. It doesn't benefit our attacker. He was just sick last season. He was making something out of nothing last season. But we can't be naive and think, the system benefited him, which goes on to obviously, Arteta. For me, you lot are lucky, and you man got Jose, bro. You man got someone who's got pedigree, experience. You get my man's won the league. He's managed one of the best strikers the Premier League's ever seen. He's making you can see clearly what he's doing with Son and Kane. You get me?
It's like Lampard and Drogba. But I just said it with Jose.
He's like Drogba and Lampard. I said this when he's at
Man United. Man United just shit on this guy. Like they was talking about David Moyes. That's how the Man U fans put Jose in that bracket. When they sacked him and we got him in, I was doing cartwheels, because I know what you get with Jose Mourinho, and people take it for granted, is exactly what you're going to get out of your team week in, week out. You get it with Big Sam. Don't compare Big Sam to Jose in no bracket of the sort, you know what I mean? Because you come to the Premier League and buoyed it up.
But we was talking about this before. You know what you're getting Mourinho, you're getting consistency. Even if you're getting the arrogance, you're getting the consistency in what he does. He's not going to try and people please. He's not going to do one thing one week and something next. It's always going to be Jose's way. Yeah. And it's like it or leave it, but you've got a consistent formula behind it. So you either stand by it and it works, and to me it looks like it does. There's arguments about how long it will work for, and when things start going wrong and stuff like that. But it's consistency is a quality that you gotta, like you say, you can't weed. I think I would have been
the way the Tottenham players, my team, the way they were defending. There was like they were defending Jose's honour on the pitch, and like I was like, what? Like, this is like.
Now a lot of people, obviously Spurs is my team, so a lot of people over the years probably slept on, don't really know much about it, but we've always been an attacking side. We've always scored goals.
Yeah.
When Jose Mourinho's coming, we are second top goal scorers in the league. We're one goal behind Chelsea. We've outscored Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, Man United. We've outscored all these teams. Yeah. That's not the difference here. We're still bagging goals. People don't like the way it looks. I don't understand how the goal looks. I'm just saying a goal's a goal. We're the second top goal scorers in the league. You understand? Mm-hmm. We've conceded 9 goals though. We're the least conceders. That's the difference with Jose. We still bag goals. Like, we're still scoring goals. People just don't like the way he scores his goals, or he don't like the fact that we've gone 2-0 up and he's saying, you know
that's
what?
His philosophy. You're getting that with Jose.
And it's crazy. I don't get it as a football fan. I don't get it.
That's his philosophy.
It's not defensive football, it's competitive football. Unless you're then getting the ball and when you're in possession, passing it sideways and backwards and into the corners. It's not defensive, it's competitive. Not trying to concede, it's playing competitive. You're trying to win.
They're defending. Games, don't concede. Like, Jose's defending, but they're not like defending and hoofing the ball up and sitting back. Nah, like they get the ball and they play out. They beat the press. Now they're on the counter.
And
they're not playing. They're not playing Stoke City football.
Not Newcastle.
Like, that's what I'm saying. They're playing proper counter-attacking football.
It's not that. It's looking
dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
And when I say watch Tottenham, Watch us the first half against City before the goals. Watch us against Arsenal before the goals. It's a different... When he gets his goals, he's saying, Bridging, the game's done. It's done.
Game management.
And what else do you want him to say? Like, I don't know what anybody else wants him to do, but me as a Tottenham fan, I know exactly what I want him to do. Get my 3 points.
Now, but the thing I'll say about the game today is though, is like, obviously the first half, I'd say Tottenham was like completely, like we looked demoralised by Tottenham. I'll say that 100%. However, I feel like second half, we switched up the formation. Ceballos came on, obviously. You get me, Partey,
changed
obviously.
It when he come on, he changed the game.
Boss his leg up and that, whatever. I don't know what happened for the second goal. I think obviously he's not fit anyway. Shout out Partey. I don't even want to say nothing bad about Partey. My man tried. He was the best player for us while he was on the pitch until he got his injury. Obviously, you get me. But like,
maybe Saka.
I just, you know, we'll get into that. Saka, Partey. I feel sorry for Saka as well. Like he's trying so much. Haaland boys. Shout out the Haaland boys.
But that's management. I'm saying Saka was he the youngest guy on the pitch? He was.
Yeah.
And he was your best, bro.
Yeah. And it's sad. It's sad, isn't it? Because who's Saka playing for? Then is he playing for the badge or is he playing for the manager? Because like I'm telling you, from my perspective, it looks like Donny's ain't even playing for Arteta right now, and I feel like you know what? I'll touch onto that later on into this video. Actually, I'm going to chat about the game right now, actually, because I just want to chat about the second half from Arsenal. The first half, everyone knows is abysmal. You get me? But second half, we switched up the shape. You get me? We came with a back four. You get me? We had Xhaka and Ceballos, Laka in the pocket in front of them. You get me? Had Willian, Saka and Aubameyang as our front three, and we looked all right. We didn't look that bad. I'm not saying like, yo.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant.
You know, no. You know what? For me, going forward as an Arsenal fan, you get me? I'm just saying, and for me going forward as an Arsenal fan, watching that second half, there's some sort of positives in there. No, I don't feel like Spurs had a decent chance the second half. You get me? I'm just saying, yeah, we got like outclassed by Mourinho today and Spurs today, yeah. Mourinho did his thing, Jose masterclass, but I'm just saying, from my perspective as an Arsenal fan, I'm saying I seen some positives, and I don't want to overreact and say, oh, we looked completely shit.
Nah, I get it, but that's...
You get me?
That's
I feel like first
point.
half we looked completely shit.
You know what I mean,
but
Joe?
I feel like second half...
The point is the game's done and you want to come and play, it's over. Yeah. That's my point. What I'm saying is, the point is, Jose started that game with a system, with a formula, with a strategy to win the game. He done the same against Man City. He done the same against Chelsea. He's gone into that dressing room and just said, listen, this is a not lose game. They're top of the league. I mean, they're fighting for the league. We're going to be, it's not about winning. It's not about losing. That's what the most important thing is. Yeah. Today, with like that, like Arteta, like everyone knows what Jose is going to do. Yeah. You know what he's going to come with. You know Spurs are going to be physical. You know we're going to get the ball. You know Harry and Kane and Son are going to link up and try to get you on the counter. The first goal, they don't drop on Harry Kane. It spins inside. They drop off Son. He does that. The second goal again, caught on the counter. Then they want to fix it. That's irrelevant because we all know what's going to happen before the game. Yeah. So what you want to say as an Arsenal fan is that not happening. Harry Kane not turning. Did you see against Southampton and Man United? Yeah. Everyone's seen. Don't let Harry Kane turn on the halfway line.
Well, Harry Kane's obviously world class, man.
Don't get me wrong. It's hard to stop it as well. But the second half, this is what I'm saying. The second half is it Spurs took their foot off the gas, a bit of both. Or did Arsenal stop Harry Kane and get into him and not let him turn? They didn't really let him turn the second half.
Yeah, you understand? That's what I'm saying. I feel like we competed second half with you. Did, but the game for you was obviously wait, Jose Mourinho's team's 2-0 up. Yeah, you're gonna just about get one
goal that Spurs scored. Did you see the way that you had your three attackers all over the left side of the pitch, and then as you move forward, you all split across, and then Arsenal failed to deal with it. The three of them just split.
All right, then was that Gabriel's side?
Was it Bergwijn?
Yeah, was that Gabriel's side?
Nah, Gabriel had a decent.
No, listen, was it Gabriel's side or was it Rob Holding's side?
Was it? I think it must have been Rob Holding.
It was
down the left side.
I think Gabriel had a good
left side.
He's identified that.
The three of them bulked up over that left side, and then as the ball coming that way, they split, and Arsenal were just, there's midfielders running back, the defence is trying to get over to the other side of the pitch.
Now against Man City, how did Tottenham play? Son wasn't on the left. Bergwijn was on the left.
How was Arsenal set up?
Son was on the right. You know what I mean? Son was on the right.
Freds. How was Arsenal set up to stop it today?
Well, basically today we obviously set up with the usual flipping 5-2-3 or whatever we play, three, whatever we want to call it. I don't even know.
I think it was man for man.
No. We got we just got done. It was a tactical.
Because we got a better manager and we got the better players. That's what it was today. To be fair to Arsenal today, we had a better manager, better tactics, better players.
But you know what I'm trying to say? Like second half, like I'm saying, like second half, yeah. That is the kind of football that I want to see Arsenal play. You see, if we go out and play like that all the time and actually try and play, and I can see a process to trust that everyone's telling me to trust. You get me? And I can say, okay, I can see a process to trust there because we're playing attacking football. Because we're not flipping Charlton, man. We need 11 men back behind the ball. Like, we don't need that. We don't need to do that. And
I think it was a sad day for Arsenal. And I say it's deeper
I did feel demoralised. I'm not going to lie.
It's a good time to get beat by Tottenham. Yeah, because Tottenham are flying the top of the league. So
it's never a good time to get beaten by Tottenham.
Side, yeah, you got beat by a good side. But I think this shows you where you are over the last couple of seasons. Yeah. You never look like scoring, and you never look like keeping a clean sheet. It's typical Arsenal when you look at it like that. That's been their problem for years. I mean. Sorry, their problem for years was keeping out the back of net, but now they've stopped scoring. That is a monumental issue because before they could fire their way out of games. Everyone knows Arsenal have always had problems since them Vieira and the man left at keeping clean sheets. They've always been a bit brittle, but they've always been frightening going forward. Yeah, now the goals have leaked up. It's a big issue.
That got us out of a lot of problems being able to score goals.
Like City, you look at City now this season. Look where they started. Why? Yeah. Because they've stopped scoring goals, so now they can't get their way out of their trouble. Yeah. Liverpool. Everyone says Liverpool only won the league. Klopp was finishing fourth. The only reason they won the league could they stop conceding goals.
And it brings me to a point that we was discussing earlier. Remember what I was saying earlier? I was saying about Arteta and how his philosophy and the way it plays, and it's not working. And our philosophy for Aubameyang's not working at all. Like, how is our striker not got chances to score goals? If you got to identify your team and your strengths and your weaknesses, yeah? All right, you're saying the weaknesses is defense, but we've got a 30 goal season striker. We could possibly outscore like 16 or 15 of the other teams in the league. Possibly there's the obvious teams we're not gonna outscore in a game. But the flipping Wolverhamptons, we can outscore them. The Villas, we could outscore them. However, what are we prioritising? The weakest part of our team, where I feel like with the actual calibre of players that we've got, no matter what defensive system we set up with, it's not going to work because the players are just not good enough, innit? So you've got to use
the players are not good enough.
What they're good at.
The manager's not good enough.
Use the attacking players. Use the Williams. Use the Pepes. Use them going forward. Why am I watching William defend?
He's washed. Come on, William had his best days at Chelsea.
Even still, you know what it is? Even still, Williams efficient now.
Xhaka,
Xhaka, oh my God, I don't even want to start getting onto Xhaka.
But what I'm saying is, I'm going to make a statement here, and I said it last week about a clipboard manager. He might become a good manager. He might be this, he might be that. He is not the man to take Arsenal forward at this particular moment. First of all, people on about the board, he brought in Thomas, which was a great signing, but only them two know if he hasn't asked for someone else. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling my perspective of a Spurs fan, as a football fan, watching the team at Arsenal this season, he doesn't know. He's been there the same time as Mourinho. Mourinho knows his team and knows his identity. Arsenal still haven't got an identity, and he still doesn't know his best team. But you
have to take into consideration the fact that Jose Mourinho is a veteran in this thing.
Yeah, but Steve Bruce knows his best team at Newcastle.
Players will believe in Jose.
Wolves know their best team.
Players will believe in Jose.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying? He's got the pedigree, he's got the experience. You can't compare that to a geezer who's just came into his first managerial job. Can I compare him to
Sean Dyche? Can I compare him to...
No, they've all got more managerial experience.
So what you're saying is you'd have Sean Dyche in Arsenal over Arteta?
You know what?
That's ready to look at other results this weekend before we get into Sean Dyche.
Listen, forget that.
I just don't think he's a man to take you forward. He's inexperienced enough, and this is probably the biggest job in Arsenal's recent history. You know
what it is? Yeah, you know what it is?
Huge job.
It's like, I look at Arteta, and I said when we first obviously got Arteta, I said it was a very lazy decision by the board. It's nothing Arteta's fault. I don't blame Arteta for what's happening right now. You get me? I don't actually blame Arteta. I look at it like, you know what? The board were very lazy. They made they chose the very easy option. No expectations, first managerial job. You're telling me to do the job that we need to see, that not even Wenger could do. The great Arsene Wenger couldn't do it. He couldn't sort this Arsenal team out defensively and give them a structure. He couldn't do it. And he went on. Unai Emery came. He had a lot of pedigree behind him. Manager of PSG, won titles everywhere he's gone. He come to Arsenal. I don't even know who to blame anymore, but I just know that it's not Arteta's fault if we don't succeed or if we don't rebuild or he's not a successful manager, because this job is too much of a hard job for somebody like Arteta. If Mourinho came in for us,
he's not the right man for you, innit?
Nah, I'm gonna give him time. I'm gonna back him, and it's straight up. Like, I'm gonna back Arteta because I'm not saying there's not signs there to show that he ain't the right guy for us.
It sounds like what you're saying is he's doing his best, but his best isn't good enough.
Because obviously, look how far we're falling behind. We've got to be real and say, look,
I think it's an honest assessment, bro.
Like, I'm not saying
I think he's gone before the end of the season. If this carries on, that's a fact. They're gonna have to sack him because honestly, honestly, and I'm not joking around. If Thingy win on the weekend and you lose, I think relegation 7 points just above. You know what I mean? Now, if they win, it takes them up to 10 points. Arsenal's on 13 points. Like, it's not. Listen, that's where they sacked Poch.
Yeah.
When he was down there, remember Poch when he was down there, said, yo, this has to go. So I've given you now. Yeah. Before Christmas, if the results, listen, whether you think so, but if the results carry on, they're going to have to sack him because you're going to be like, hold on.
Because from a business perspective, and really from a business perspective.
Just from a squeaky bum perspective.
Yeah.
Remember when that West Ham side went down? When I thought, they get out of it, and West Ham side went down.
I think we've got too much. I think we've got too much quality to go down, bro.
No, I'm not saying you're going to go down, but I'm saying you don't want to be nowhere near it. You don't want to be nowhere near it. You think you want to battle with Burnley?
So but you know what? Fair enough. You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I went into this season be optimistic, like proper optimistic. But I'm gonna be real now. Like, I think even top 8 is like all right. We've done well to finish in the top 8, and that is mad. Yeah, that is mad to hear.
That's
like
from turning the ship around at this point.
But then obviously you got Tottenham on the other hand, who were looking like the real fucking deal, bro.
Is that what we're gonna talk about now?
Tottenham are looking like the real deal, bro. Like, I'm not trying to be biased or I'm not trying to, you get me? I'm just I'm a realistic fan right now. I'm gonna give man credit where it's due, and they're looking like this.
Everyone who knows me,
the proper challengers right now, and they're looking like they're gonna be the ones to proper challenge Liverpool for the title. They got the pedigree. Jose Mourinho.
When he come in, Jose come in, he would have finished 4th in the league on points tally wise. Like, since he took over the end of last season, like if the season started when Jose took over Tottenham, would have been finished 4th. He said, I need a couple signings. He needed a couple, man. He knows what he's doing. This guy does, you know. He got his couple man in. People think we brought in Gareth Bale to score goals. That game we won 1-0. Gareth Bale come on, he got a header because it was a slower game for him. In the big games, when the fast pace needed energy, we're not going to play him. He hasn't got the legs anymore. But he gives you that quality and that little bit of a 10 when he can cut off and come in and give you that quality.
Takes the weight off the attackers.
So he knows what he's doing. He knows why Gareth Bale will come in against West Brom and things like that. He comes in, you know what I mean? Against when he got his 1-0 win, who was it? We beat 1-0. We beat Harry Kane with the West Brom one. We come on and he won 1-0. Was it Brighton? I think it was. Who did we play? Burnley. It was Burnley 1-0.
You've done a video on Instagram about it.
Yeah, Burnley 1-0. Gareth Bale. These are the games he'd be used. So Jose knows exactly what he's doing, and I believe he's got Højbjerg in there. When I said last season, no one had more interceptions than him in the league at Southampton. He's a top player. People say, Højbjerg, he had first game against Everton, nervous. The guy's a player.
He's an effective player.
He's a player. He knows exactly what he's going to do. And like I said,
I was surprised.
We've scored one goal behind Chelsea. Other than that, we're top goal scorers. We're the only team in positive.
Have you given us your prediction yet? End of season.
I've said Liverpool were my favourites to win.
Yeah.
Same as City.
Spurs.
But I'm saying, like I said, win these competitions. He changes 11 players against UEFA League. With Man United, when he won it with them, he was playing his best team. So just to throw it out there, he really, don't let Jose kid you, he really believes he can have a go at this league.
Yeah,
you don't change 11 man in Europa League. He knows.
I agree.
He's telling you he don't, but he knows. You don't change 11 man. You don't not play Harry Kane, Son, Underbole, Sissoko, Højbjerg and all the man in it. Yeah. He knows he changed 11 man. He even changed Hugo.
You're expecting a title chase, isn't it?
And I'm telling you now, it's still early, very early.
Yeah, it is.
But come January, Feb, if we get through these games like we have done, we played Man United, Chelsea, City, Arsenal. Out of 12 points, he's got 10. That's title winning form. Just throwing that out there. Yeah. If he gets through these games and he gets halfway through the season, I'm saying that's all. We played everyone once halfway through the season. So come January,
by end of January,
and we're in it.
By January, it's on. January, Feb.
I'm telling you, it's on.
Normally, early Feb, who the title races.
You won't be able to call because I think man for man on the pitch now, showing you what he showed you already against City, Chelsea, Man United, and also Arsenal.
Yeah,
no one on this in that league can say what they want. Pep Guardiola would rather play Liverpool than Jose Mourinho's Tottenham.
Oh,
Jurgen Klopp.
Nah.
Listen,
gone too far.
Jurgen Klopp would rather play Man City than Jose Mourinho's Tottenham.
Nah, you're gone too
Frank Lampard would rather play Liverpool than Jose Mourinho's Tottenham.
Man.
But
Nobody
maybe not
wants to play
Liverpool. I've gone
Not
too far with that one.
Liverpool's too
no
far.
one wants to, but nobody wants Jose's
After
Tottenham,
Liverpool, Spurs are.
No one don't want them.
I'll give you that.
You don't want them?
Are we
I'll
ready
give you
for the other games yet?
I'm saying Tottenham for the title.
Tottenham for the title.
Because do you know why I'm backing them? Because it's Jose. And he'll be the first manager in history to win it with two different... It's going to be Jose. And I believe, I made a point, and Grace Soon said it weeks ago, whoever scores more goals, if it's not Tottenham this season, will win the league. Whoever scores more goals, they've got a good chance. It looks like Chelsea, but Chelsea's 11 goals conceded, 11 games. Tottenham's the only one on single figures still, 9 goals conceded.
I think Spurs will be top 3.
I think the game's going to come down to the wire. I think Van Dijk, Liverpool.
Yeah.
He's a big miss. Don't get on the win against Wolves now, and they're looking good. But I feel like we're churning out those results. I feel like we're there or thereabouts. And if it's any time to win it, it's going to be now.
Yeah, it's one of them seasons.
Because I honestly believe with Chelsea, we're Liverpool's biggest competitors.
I just look at it like in the league, who's got more actual pedigree to win the league after Klopp and Pep? And it's obviously Jose Mourinho. You get me? So I don't think Tottenham being title challengers or actually winning the league is that much of a mad shout. It's not unreal. It's actually as most realistic it's ever been for them.
It's realistic. I think it's after Liverpool.
I wouldn't say it's probable, bro. I think
this is what I said now. I said this now. But I say Liverpool, don't I? But with Chelsea and Tottenham, you'd edge Chelsea's squad. But the Mourinho factor, like I said,
it's true.
Fergie was in the league 26 years and won the league 13 times. Jose's had 6 full seasons and won the league 3 times. That's half the time with Alex. This guy knows his way around this league. Pep and Klopp, was it 5-6 seasons? They've won it twice. Once Klopp and twice. He knows his way around this league. Now I'm telling you, Frank Lampard's got a great squad, but the Mourinho factor will take you further than Frank's squad, because Frank couldn't unlock the door against Mourinho. Mourinho said, "I'll take the draw before the game," and he took it.
Don't forget though.
Mourinho wanted
every
the draw.
Every time Mourinho got sacked each time. Don't forget that either.
Don't forget that part.
There's always fireworks.
He got sacked.
Don't forget that part.
And this is what I loved about Tottenham, and I'm glad you brought up Mourinho's sacking. Is Mourinho bigger than Tottenham as a manager? Could he have gotten somewhere else? And let's be honest, he is. He is.
Of course, he's an elite manager.
He's not coming down here to make up the numbers. He's looked at that squad before he's been offered the job, which was 15 million a year, whatever he was on. Has looked and gone, I fancy a bit of this. He's already said he tried to buy Dele Alli, Kane, even though Dele Alli can't win. Dyer and these, man. He fancies it. And that's the problem. He's smiling today, you see him smiling. He's got his mojo back. That's Mourinho at Chelsea the first time. It's not this ain't Mourinho. Mourinho at Man United.
Spurs are looking good, man.